So school is over and summer is here. Welcome to my summer TBR video. Hello everyone, so in this TBR video, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the books that I'm going to read during the summer. For this particular video, I'm going to talk about my nonfiction books that I hope to read. Before I get started, I want to make sure you are kept up to date with the videos I post onto my channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and ring that notification bell to receive updates on new videos I post onto this channel. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about my pile of nonfiction books I hope to read for this summer. And a lot of these books have been on my bookshelf for quite a while, and I've been meaning to put them on my TBR, but I just never actually got to accomplish it. Now that I'm finished with school, I'm hopefully going to go ahead and start reading these books. The first book that is on my pile, I've actually had it on my March TBR and also on my April TBR, and I never actually got to start reading it because I've had other books on my pile, and that is The Star Machine by Jeanne Basinger. This is about old Hollywood. I became interested in learning about old Hollywood after listening to the podcast of You Must Remember This, which is about old Hollywood. And the person that narrates that podcast, her name is Karina Longworth, and she actually used this as part of her research in talking about old Hollywood. So I actually want to go ahead and read this to find out about that old Hollywood glamour and what was going on during the studio system. My bachelor's was in film studies, so I can't wait to start digging into this book. My next book is actually one of my book of the month that I had a couple years ago, and it's been sitting on my shelf for quite a while, and I'm hoping to read it during the summer, and that is After the Eclipse, A Mother's Murder, A Daughter's Search by Sarah Perry. This is about basically a daughter going on the quest of finding her mother's killer. And I had this on my shelf for quite a while. I was really intrigued in reading the story. I'm always into that murder mystery kind of stuff, but this is a true story. And so I really want to find out the mystery of this. And I cannot wait to actually read it during the summer. With each of my books with nonfiction, I'm hopefully going to try to read one a month. I'm always interested in learning about true stories. My next book is actually a book I got for Christmas from a coworker, and I'm always interested in this person and reading about their story and finding another perspective of it, because it's just a really, really interesting story, and it's really kind of creepy. I watched the confession tapes with this person on Netflix, and it creeped me out because it was just so real, and you're like, oh, this is what actually happened. And that is The Stranger Beside Me by Anne Rule, and of course this is about Ted Bundy. And so it always fascinates me because this guy seems normal, and then he turns out to be a serial killer and really degrades women. And so I really want to read more, and this has always been on my list. I've always wanted to read this, so I cannot wait to pick this up during the summer. The next nonfiction is actually another book that's been on my shelf for a while. I've been meaning to read it. I've always had these on my list to read, but I'm hopefully gonna go ahead and pick this up. And this is actually one of two books by the same author that's in my pile, and that is The Witches by Stacy Sheff. I've been wanting to read about the Salem witch trials. I'm always interested in witches. I read a lot of fiction talking about magical realism and a lot of witch stories in that, but I never really read a whole lot of nonfiction about the witch trials or witches. So I'm looking forward to reading this, and it's like there's a lot of conspiracy when it comes to Salem witch trials, because it's like there's different perspectives of this tale. So I can't wait to read her perspective of it and her investigation of the old trials. The next one that is by the same author, which is Stacy Sheff, and that is Cleopatra, a novel. I've always been interested in Cleopatra's story. I watched actually a documentary that was on the Smithsonian Channel, and that really intrigued me. So this has actually been on my bookshelf for a while, and I haven't picked it up. I'm hopefully gonna go ahead and start reading this summer. But she's just a very interesting woman to learn about. There's been a lot of theories that she was a conspirator. She actually had Mark Antony killed, that she actually had Julius Caesar killed, and it's just like she was an interesting woman who wanted this power and to be respected as a woman. And so I cannot wait to pick this up and start reading it. And lastly, this is another book that's talking about old Hollywood, and that is Running Wild, Claraboa by David Steen. I think that's Steen. I'm always interested in hearing about old Hollywood actresses. I just love the history of it and learning about what women went through during that period. And it's just always surprises me. You find out new information about what women went through. And it's like not a lot has changed also in Hollywood when it comes to the way women are treated. So it's just really interesting to find that historical element. So I can't wait to pick this up for the summer. So those are my summer TBRs when it comes to nonfiction. I do have other videos I'm going to go ahead and create talking about my summer TBR. Be on the lookout for those. And if you have any comments about these books, if you have actually read them, or if you have a summer TBR nonfiction that you are going to be reading, go ahead and put those into the comments area. I'm always looking for suggestions when it comes to books. Also, be sure to go ahead and hit that like button if you liked this video. And don't forget to hit that subscribe and ring that notification bell to receive updates on my new videos. I want to thank you guys for watching and happy reading!